Hello and welcome to Reviews. Superior Spider-Man number 2. I'm so happy that this is a thing. I know I've mentioned this before. I love SpOck. I I think it's such a fresh take on Spider-Man after he'd been bad for so long, and I just I love the idea as of Doctor Octopus trying to be a hero. Um, and this, say what you will about Slot's run, I absolutely love that, and I'm so glad that he has his own series and that it's the Superior Spider-Man and not the Superior Octopus. Um, but yeah, as you can see from this cover, again, we have covers that are reflective of what's going on in the issue. I absolutely love that. I'm just so tired of all the pin-up, trading card covers that we get anymore. So yeah, I mean, this you see the cover and you see, oh, that's Terex the Tamer. That's a former Herald of Galactus versus versus Spock, and yeah. Um, I don't know if you recall, there was back in the 80s, I think it was a two-issue thing in Amazing Spider-Man, where Firelord, another Herald of Galactus, came to Earth to get pizza. No lie, no lie. That's what it was. And he and Spider-Man ended up tangling. And this is something that was way out of Peter's league. And you had two issues um, of Peter trying to battle Firelord and just throwing everything he could at him. And it was fun. It was a fun story. I kind of want to go back and reread it because that's what this reminded me of. Um, doing the quicker view thing, quicker kind of review, picks up where it left off here, and we got Terex here, and an interesting bit here. Um, as Terex is attacking, we got the army on him, and we have this couple here, which at first I didn't even realize this was a guy. I'm stuck. You've got to go. Like I'd leave you now. I'm too old and ugly to find a new husband. One more try, Paul. And so yeah, you realize it's an elderly gay couple. Um, your beloved speaks truly, old one. See, Terex, he's good. He he recognizes love doesn't know gender. Hey, say what you will about Heralds of Galactus, especially Terex. At least he's not a homophobe. So, anyway, I like this. We've been together 40 years, 40 years, in spite of a lot worse than you standing in our way. We've lived together, and we're going to die together. I'm okay with that. And Terex just bops him to the side. Um, yeah, the reason why I like that is this seems this seems real. I mean, it's not the kind of woke SJW thing that you'll see where he does do the whole thing. We've been together 40 years, 40 years. This you don't think this is some it doesn't read like a lot of books these days, a lot of the SJW ones. No, this is just two people that love one another, and they happen to be, of the same sex. And it reads perfectly fine. It's not like, hey, by the way, we're gay. About no, no. It's a loving couple. It's the way they would two people that have been together for 40 years would speak. And I love this. This is good. This is how you do it. It reminds me of the cartoon home not home movies, Mission Hill, where they had the older gay couple. And yeah, it was just treated like no big deal. This is how you do it. And anyway, Spider-Man arrives and rescues them, and they're able uh, to escape. So, and basically the issue is Spider-Man, Otto, trying to fight Terex, and he's a superior Spider-Man because Otto has a superiority complex, and everything he tries doesn't work. And of course, we have Anna Maria here. She is, she hates Otto for, basically deceiving her. And, she's watching what's going on the news. Like, oh, that looked painful. And you know what? Good. That's Dr. Octopus, the guy who lied to and manipulated me. God, I love Anna Maria. But in the background, we see Otto's little bots assembling something. And the night shift shows up, and yeah, they're again out of their league. They end up quitting. We quit. Although they do come back a little bit later to help Otto. So I hope that we still get them in the book. Um, I I really enjoy when they bring characters like this back, and so yeah, it's Otto fighting Terex, and he is just getting trounced. Um, and there's also little bits in here, like where Otto is getting just beaten to a pulp, and he actually asks Anna Maria for help. And of course, she doesn't want to, but it's kind of the lesser of two evils type thing. And so she agrees to help him, build this device he needs. And she says, "Oh, for heaven's sakes, you're using Roxxon transducers? Grady Scraps just made a breakthrough with these. You'd know that if you ever spoke to anyone here." See, again, just little lines like this, showing that Otto, he still, as Tolliver, his secret identity, still sees himself as so far above everyone else that he is not even going to consult with anyone. His ideas are the best. And his hubris is his weakness. And yeah, again, he is a villain who has reformed. However you want to take that, he's a superior Spider-Man. But like most villains suffer from hubris, of course, so would Otto. And it's little things like that that you see come through here. And so, yeah, it ends up having a plan. It ends up having a great um, final page. Um, so, yeah, I'm still recommending this book. The art, I thought, though, was a little bit wonky at times. Um, pages like this look awesome. I mean, just look at this. It just looks great. But sometimes I don't really want to go too much into it. But some of the things just didn't look right. I can't quite put my finger on it. Um, I don't want to go too far. Maybe I can just kind of move away here for a second while I find one panel here, for example, that stuck out. Um, I know there's one where Otto has Terex's axe. It's just something doesn't look right. Ah, here it is. I don't know why. Like something doesn't feel right about this. It loses some of the dynamics that the rest of the issue has had. Um, like some of these, like this, you can really see it. So the art's good. I do like the art, but there was just a few things that, it's hard to fault everything when you look at just some of this stuff, and it just looks like everything's trashed. Um, the devastation route. It looks good. But yeah, like I said, just a little bit wonky. I can't quite put my finger on it. So, um, yeah, that panel, it just looks good. It looks good. I mean, you see Terex the Tamer and, being a Herald of Galactus, this guy he's big league. And, yeah, and even the night shift realizes and they nope the heck out of there. Um, after Digger gets, cut in half. But yeah, anyway, I like this book. I am really still liking this book, and again, the last page um, makes me want to pick up uh, the next issue because you see, the Superior Octopus really hasn't gone up against anyone really out of his league yet. And yeah, I refer to him as the Superior Octopus. Still feels kind of weird to call him Spider-Man with all the other things going on, and he just got back to being Spider-Man, so kind of breaking that habit of calling him Octopus. That's why a lot of times I just refer to him as SpOck. Um, but other than the Green Goblin and Dan Slott's run, which, at the end was so rushed, it wasn't. everything fell in place really well. There's a lot of people that had problems with Dan Slott's run with the Superior Spider-Man, but one of the things I will agree with, one of the complaints was the way it ended, and just really quickly got Peter back into place. It was kind of lazy and quick. But other than that, anyone that Otto has faced that's been really tough, um, has really been in the Spider Verse. It's been in the Inheritors, and he had all the other spiders, cross-dimensional spiders, help him, like in Spider-Geddon. And this, he doesn't have that. He's on his own. They even mentioned that the Avengers are off planet. Anna Maria tries to get hold of Peter. She can't reach him because she knows he might be able to call someone. So Otto is pretty much on his own. His team, the Night Shift, his mercenaries, aren't up to the task. And so we have to see Otto finally fight someone way out of his league. Not someone who's more cunning, like Norman Osborn. Someone who is just that much more powerful. And like I brought up with the issue from the 80s with Peter versus Firelord. Again, another Herald of Galactus. Peter should not have won that battle. Any other time, he would have gotten stopped. And even the Avengers commended him on that, as I recall. And it basically turned out to be a lot of basically luck, cunning and luck. And so, but this is the superior Octopus. And even when he's getting trashed, he's like, no, my body is not what my body's designed for. I am not going to fail. So he's such a fun character to read. I love that about him. Anyway, 11 o'clock, going to 11 o'clock here. I really like this book. Still, again, one of my must-buys. I highly recommend this. So yeah, I'm trying to do little shorter videos here, not going on, and not just basically read things and still keep things spoiler-free. So, as always, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, please feel free to let me know. Do you like the shorter form, going over things, instead of getting more in-depth panel by panel? Which I do prefer to do that. You get more nuance, but I'm trying a few new things. So anyway, let me know, and don't forget, like and subscribe if you have not already, and go ahead and leave a comment, and check me out again. I'll be back probably tomorrow night. So, alright, I will see you then.